So, keeping on the DC bandwagon, Shazam. We mentioned earlier that second trailer for Shazam dropped this week.
Yes.
Oh my God, the reviews are in, and they are across the board overwhelmingly spectacular.
And how long until the movie comes out?
I think it's April 5th.
So we still got almost a month.
We're almost a month, and DC and Warner Brothers has already lifted the critics embargo.
That's got to tell you something right there.
That tells me that Warner Brothers is very confident about this movie.
Yeah.
They are ready to start the buzz about Shazam.
Oh,
We're going to read some of these Twitter reviews that just dropped this week. Brace yourself.
Let's go.
Places,
Shazam.
people. Ash Crossan wrote, Shazam was damn near perfect in my book. My favorite DC movie, and then he puts in parentheses, DCEU. What are we saying now? By far. Pure of heart, incredibly funny, full of in-jokes and references, brought me a childlike joy to watch. This role was made for Zachary Levi and Jack and Asher and the entire cast.
Wow.
Perfect?
Perfect movie.
He said it was a perfect movie, and I kind of get that from watching the trailers.
I do too.
It looks like it has heart and action and comedy.
It reminds me so much
fun.
of Big, and that just is a great childhood memory. I can't wait for this movie.
The next one comes from Perry Nemiroff from Collider.com. She wrote, Shazam is an absolute delight, super vibrant, tons of heart, and great fun-loving vibe. The family element is a big charmer, and so is the humor that comes with watching Zachary Levi explore his new powers. Said this after It, but it's worth repeating. Jay Grazer is a star. I completely agree.
I do too.
The kid who played... what did he play in It?
I forgot his name, but he's the one that broke his arm. The
little Jewish kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Spectacular actor. He crushes it. He makes the trailers. The relationship between these two guys is just so evident when you're watching the trailers.
Yeah, you can definitely see it in the trailer.
Like when I'll one case of your finest beer, please. And then he steps aside, and his old buddy's just like
standing behind him.
His name is Captain Sparklefingers.
Captain Sparklefingers. I thought for sure they were going to say Captain Marvel there.
No.
I was like, well, they're going to say it. Oh, Sparklefingers. I get it.
That's awesome.
Next review comes from Kourtney Howard. She writes, or I think it's she, Shazam is a super-powered big, like you just said. And I loved every second of it. A colorful, vibrant, vital addition to the DCEU, vivid character-driven action, heartening central relationships, and fully earned, totally satisfying emotional moments, super hilarious, super thrilling, super awesome.
Wow, everybody seems incredibly excited.
It's the second time they use the word vibrant, and you can kind of see that in the trailer.
Oh yeah,
the color, like the big bright. Because a lot of people were trashing. Cast your memory back to last year when we got our first set photos of Zachary Levi wearing the big red muscly suit.
Yeah,
the internet trashed him.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? It looks like some stupid cosplay thing.
No, but it works
awesome.
perfect.
It totally works.
And I feel like they haven't even updated it. I feel like it still looks like when they first released it, and they were promising some more like change-ups on the suit, and he looks fine.
Yeah,
I know.
I agree.
He looks great.
And Zachary Levi is just crushing it. Every single line, every single time he's on the screen, he's just a kid in a giant superhero's body.
He's an adult.
Perfect casting.
Yeah.
Get him, Batman.
Yeah. I'm Batman. Get him, Batman.
So good.
I love that part. Last one comes from Paul Scheer. Writes, Shazam is a laugh-out-loud, funny romp that captures the innocence and challenge of being both a superhero and a kid at once. It's clever, fun, and heroic with an obvious nod to 80s classics like Big, Ghostbusters, The Goonies, etc.
Man, I can't wait for this movie.
I know.
I'm almost looking forward to this just as much as Endgame.
Really?
Yeah.
It's up there. It's really up there,
so
dude.
excited
April's
to
going to
see
be nuts.
this.
You got Endgame. You got Shazam, you got Hellboy, you got Pet Sematary, you got
my gosh.
Star Wars celebrations. We're going to do some cool trailers. You got Game of Thrones releasing. April's going to just absolutely just it's nerd Viagra, man. We're just going to walk around.
Oh yeah.
Not to toot our own horn either, but I do recall us mentioning how when everybody was saying DC was on this downward spiral, maybe a few months ago, we talked about, well, if they still got Aquaman, if Aquaman knocks it out of the park, if Shazam knocks it out of the park, if Wonder Woman 2 is great, then Joker.
Good point.
They're going to dig themselves right out of this hole.
You heard it here first on Chuckload of Comics about 6 months ago. Like you were just saying. Everybody's like, oh, DC's doomed, it's ruined. And we said, hold on. Let's see what Aquaman does.
Yep.
$1 billion later, now let's see if Shazam's good. And Shazam looks amazing.
Yep.
Joker's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just the photos of him are amazing.
I
Yeah.
know.
And then Wonder Woman 2. I think DC is back on track. And one last thing before we move on to our next topic. I think Shazam bodes really well for a standalone Flash movie.
Sure.
Now that they've realized they don't have to make these dark, scary, brooding movies,
right?
You get...
I'll save that for Batman.
Yeah, exactly. You do a Flash movie in sort of the same vein as Shazam.
That's a great idea.
Bam. You got yourself a whole nother little movie franchise.
That's a fantastic idea.
And even if they don't, I think like a team up with just Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Shazam would be kind of fun.
Exactly.
Right.
That would be great.
I can't wait for Shazam to join the Justice League if we ever go back down the Justice League path, which they will eventually.
Yeah. It's just on hold for now.
They're going to clean that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like where they're at now is great.
So excited for this.
I know.
Could not be. It's probably, like you were saying, probably one of my most excited films of April.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait for April.
In the same month that Endgame comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? So moving on, guys, in the world of Marvel.
Oh.
Sony is continuing its Spider-Man free Spider-Man universe.
That's so
with
weird
Morbius.
to say and think about. But
I know.
It's true. That's what's happening.
Morbius the Living Vampire is going to be the